Hey, it's me, Puppet DM, and I'm here to tell you all about the sponsors we have here at the Wandering Society. We're sponsored here by Mage Hand Press, makers of a bunch of 5th edition supplements, like the Book of Kobold or their series of new classes. And don't forget, Arcmada, the amazing sci-fi fantasy campaign setting for the world's greatest role-playing game. Be sure to check them out at store.mageandpress.com. Up next, we have Roll20. It's the platform we use here at the Wandering Society to play all of our games. It's easy to use, intuitive, and it now comes with Dark Mode. Be sure to check them out at roll20.net. We're also sponsored by R. Talsorian Games. R. Talsorian Games make great RPGs, and they've been doing so since the early 90s. Check their books. They've got Cyberpunk Red, which Simon tells me has been played here extensively, Castle Falkenstein, which also has been played here, and The Witcher, which has also been. Okay, we get it! Check them out at your FLGS or online at rtalsoriangames.com. Have you ever wanted to wake up and smell the coffee? Well, now you can with this next sponsor, Found Familiar. Get yourself some damn good coffee at foundfamiliar.com and use the code on the screen to get 15% off. What do you mean I can't drink coffee? What the fuck is felt? And we couldn't end this segment without talking about our good friends at Die Hard Dice. That's right. As a Dice affiliate, we are proud to partner with Die Hard Dice to bring you only the best in shiny click-clacks. Click-clacks? What is... Ow. You can check their ever-growing collection over at dieharddice.com and use the link below to get 15% off. You're putting this all on me? I better get a cut. Good evening. Today we are waiting after an update. So how's it going, chat? I know I rarely interact with people. Segment. Apparently right now I need to talk to everyone as I buy myself some time. Finish this update, which I thought I had done last night. But here we are. Seeing the nitty-gritty everything of this. There we go. We got it. Obligation. Over the course of their long lives, the kindred will accrue a veritable web of protection, favor, effects, enemy. This tangled mess as as much control over the vampire's continued existence. Beast that rages all of them. Enemies might force a kindred to move away from their haven building. Favors might force them to betray allies. Let's shackle them with obligation. Naive, or perhaps foolish neonates believe that immortality and the gift of Cain will elevate them beyond the lives. How long? Unlife is as much prison as mortality. Only the wardens are. I am Simon at Wandering DM, and I will be
Now, if I did my right earlier and I put the right video, see? Hello, everyone. We are. I messed up the cameras backstage. There we go. We're here. We're all ready to play. Probably all eager and paired. And with everything handled and managed, I have my shit together. I know what I'm doing. But do our players, and more importantly, do their characters know what they're doing? And I don't think I'm the best person to know that. The best person would be themselves, and so let's hand the mic over to them so they can introduce themselves and get the ball rolling on tonight's session. Or to make things different, because, you know, tonight is everything, you know, funky, let's start with Arthur.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope Rolebill on Twitter, Pope Rolebill on Twitch. I lurk in all your streams, and it's great to be back here with the Montreal by Night crew playing Arthur Porter. Both of us use he, him pronouns, and I don't know about you, but that intro scared me. That there is fear, and where Arthur's heart is, would it be alive, would probably be running a little faster than you.
I will not say that I snickered to myself when I wrote it earlier during my lunch break, but I might have. Next, we have Flory.
Hey all, you know me, I am your friendly neighborhood Prax, and I get to play Florica Flory Winters, and that's Flory's kind of reaction at the moment. You know, other people get scared, Flory does a murder and does a bunk. That's what happens. Or Flory does a lot of murder and then a bunk.
And last but not least, we have Lucky.
Hey, I'm Trooper SJP, and I am playing Lucky, who is our Bruja. And Lucky is not scared, because Lucky has purpose. The only thing is that Lucky has less time to do all the things that he needs to do before the end point, but that just means he has to work a little bit harder and faster. That said, Lucky uses he, him pronouns, and he's one of those kind of people that has a goal or multiple goals and just drives towards it, and danger is just a way of life, and death is inevitable. You know, that's it.
And as the song ends, start our session. I believe when we left off last time, Lori was on her way to cover location, confront actually this stalker. Sort of tried to cause trouble at a charity event. Stalker who went by the name, at least from what Folly knew, Plum436, and the username that you found when Arthur got a hold of his cell phone. Speaking of Arthur, busying himself, trying to get in the pockets, or to actually have in his pocket, the police commissioner. And on the other side of the island, had Lucky, who, aside from potentially making a costly deal with one Antonio Andrade, shelter him at his haven. Also going through his own stuff.
He's got nothing going on in the background. He's just here to work for Artie. He's got nothing going on. Nothing going on. Nothing to see here whatsoever.
I can teach you to lie better.
And so I
don't
think
his deception's particularly high.
We'll start with Lori tonight. You had just left the Montreal University campus where you had Alois and did a tiny vandalism.
I mean, does it even count as vandalism?
Who does not write something on a wall on a college campus? We've all done it before.
I mean, I just accidentally scratched my nail into a door frame. It wasn't that big a deal. I didn't.
I see Pope's face going like, no, you should have seen the toilets at my college.
Oh, I shouldn't have.
I mean,
I agree with Pope on this one.
None of the colors were original. On the walls, the doors, the separators, the ceiling, the mirrors were gone. And it's like if someone tried to varnish the place every week, that whenever you stepped in, all you could hear was the squeak squeak.
So you were on a 90s movie set?
Maybe.
If only I had kept pictures. It was a somewhat
We
a
don't
work of
need.
art.
Look, there are some things you do not need. Pictures of the bathroom, the men's room on a college campus is one of them.
Yep.
Don't need those.
Though I will point out, much of the art on the walls and everything was great. It's just people kept doing meh art all over it. All the time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So they were supposed to be, it was supposed to be like the entire room a canvas for graffiti artists. But it's not because you go to a liberal arts college that everyone.
Well, on the note of disappointments and costly behavior, I believe we were dealing with a stalker.
Yes. Flory, you left University of Montreal behind a few moments ago.
Mhm.
Where are you headed?
so correct me if I'm wrong. Arthur, you gave Flory the phone number and the ID, right?
Phone number, ID, also gave you the address to the theater where he wanted our Folly to meet up with him.
Okay. Flory would have also asked for Flory would have also asked for Folly's phone number.
Yeah, you will have gotten Folly, sure. Folly's number, a a quick in the margins Arthur assessment of Folly. Because he is definitely one of those people that will write things and then remember something and then write it in the margins. And Malk that did not go to Malk school. Old but terribly new.
Yeah.
Knows how to get under people's skin.
Flory will text Folly. Hey, this is one of Arthur's friends. Could you be a dear and just text your not good friend that you will see him at that that you have a present for him and will meet him at that theater? You don't have
She
to actually go. I'll take
replies-
care of everything.
No, she replies, new phone, who dis?
Arthur's friend. I heard you're an actress.
She sends a photo. It's the poster, the announcement poster for the premiere of Bitten's. And it is
A great show. It's a
it.
great show.
Flory will send back like a selfie with like smiley face and hearts and like do the whole thing. It's like, I'm gonna be a total fan. I'm here to take care of your little stalker problem.
The plum guy.
Yeah.
She replies, I'll tell him I can meet him. I don't want to meet him.
You don't have to. Just, it's an acting role, right? You're just telling him this to set the stage. Oh God, what's the actual name of
Kinda. Okay.
Trooper, help me with this. What is the Valentino movie?
The Sheik.
No, not the Sheik, but one of the other ones where she's trying to pull the bait and switch on him, and it's like she's pretending to be the servant, and she's really the lady, and it's this whole.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a Valentino movie, so it has the underlying issues of Valentino being cast as everything but an Italian.
Yeah.
Everything brown but an Italian. But that's what she's like. Flory remembers the name of this movie, and she will use that as a reference with Folly of like, it's just like in this X movie where this happens and we're doing this scene.
Oh, we're catfishing. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Folly.
catfishing with a murder. It's fine.
You just see the like 3 little dots for a few minutes, like a good like 10-15. And then a message comes through and said, done.
Thank you. We should do tea.
Maybe. I don't know you.
That's okay. And she goes, I'll have a nice night. go heads off to the theater.
And then she sends you her YouTube. As it seems to be reflexive for her and asking you to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
She's a very popular social media person.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Flory has a public identity, so Flory's public identity YouTube subscription will like and subscribe to Folly. Not Flory, but
the legal name.
The art historian and restorationist.
So yeah, you have the address of the theater. Arthur, I do believe that the exact location he had given Folly, though, was the alley behind it.
Yeah, that was his precise locale, but I know Flory. She's going to case the entire place and the surrounding area.
It is a popular movie theater downtown Montreal. Located on the corner. Called the name changes all the time, but I do believe that in the time period that we're having the game, it is called the Paramount. And it's a 4 or 5 building connected to Montreal Underground. There is only really just the one alley in. It is connected to a shopping mall that's right next to it. And so aside from that little alley in the back where delivery trucks will go in and out, so it's fairly wide, wide enough to let delivery truck go through. There is no other way in. In fact, just looking at, let's say, a satellite image on Google Map, you see that the alley just has one entrance. It doesn't curve anywhere. It doesn't exit anywhere. It's
It's not an
dead
alley.
end.
It's a loading dock.
Well, yeah, it's just fairly long.
Yeah.
And it's got, of course, the back of so what would be if you have your alley here, over there is a Chinese restaurant. And so they also have their like deliveries and everything back there. Tell me, which car are you driving downtown Montreal?
Oh, she's going back to where she parked where she parked the RV. Her conversation with Folly was her driving back to where she parked the RV, parking the car in the RV, and then walking a couple blocks and stealing a car. Another Toyota Corolla, Ford Taurus, generic sedan.
The most generic sedan you can find. Can you just very quickly, just in case, give me just wits and larceny.
Okay.
With like a +1 die.
A +1 because of the lockpick set.
Oh yeah, add the lockpick and then add +1. It's just because it's almost second nature for you.
And then, so the lockpicks give me 1, and then the +1 die is the other additional.
And it's a difficulty 2. We'll leave it at 2. You are at night, not too late an hour that cars are getting rarer.
6 successes.
Yeah, that's cool. You find one that is
a triple crit.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Actually, then shouldn't that be 7 successes then? 2, 4, 6.
No, because it's pairs of 10s.
Pairs of 2.
Yeah, pairs of 10s become 2. Oh no, but it's a.
So it's, yeah. Weird.
The math on this is very weird.
It's why I was like double taking, but it's okay. It's more than enough. For you
have
to
4
find
listed, and that pair of 10s gives you 2 more. So that's 6.
Yeah, so
you find a car. I thought it was.
You find a car that is not even out of the way. It's just in a public parking lot. There are quite a few downtown Montreal, and there's no security. It's like this automated. There's not even a gate. Basically, come in and out, and I mean, if you don't pay. I guess if you're caught on camera, they might get your license plate. But in this case, you found one. It's parked there. Seems to have been there since like the early afternoon. No one's claimed it back again. Hop in, you do your thing, disable the car alarm, drive out. None the wiser. And in
And
fact,
as she does so, she just pops the glove compartment and checks the registration. Just innate nature of like, okay, I know who the car is registered to for some, if it's necessary. Close it back up.
yeah, in fact, you have
The
name.
name isn't important. It's just the fact that she knows the name.
It's registered to a man. That I can tell you.
Okay, good. Then she just plays his sister or his wife.
Something like that. Yeah. Just so you're aware.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's there, and there's nothing too compromising of compartment. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's more like a mound of napkin. Yeah. Word, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Napkins. Yeah. Tissues.
And like the car's like manual.
Yeah.
Very basic. The entire sedan, the inside, smells of sweet and sour sauce, but like old sauce. Like, I have dropped it under a seat and it's been there.
Not the worst thing she's ever smelled in the car she's stolen.
No. And also, you don't really have to breathe through your nose.
Not feeling it tonight.
In fact, I should say you don't have to breathe.
Period.
So you grab the car, drive down St. Cat's to the main artery called St. Catherine, down the road up to the movie theater. As you approach the movie theater, that's when you begin to see that the nightlife is in full swing. There's enough people that you have to constantly stop and wait for people to jaywalk across the street all the time. You would be better off, like, say if you wanted to flee, because, carjacker, I assume that as it's almost become second nature or muscle memory for you to look for, the escape route for the getaway vehicle.
Yeah, it's like
this
what
case,
she does.
Yeah, in this case, you might be better off running away on foot, unless you're willing to run over people.
Really, she's only taking the car, so A, her car is very identifiable, and she doesn't want to get it scratched. And B, in case she needs to dispose of another body, it's a lot easier to do in the trunk of a sedan than in, on foot. But, there are other things that could happen.
So tell me, what is your plan once you arrive by the...
So there are two things that she knows. One, that this individual is a Nos. Correct.
Yes.
And two, that Folly was right, that there was a particular theater that they were going to. So a Nos can hide a lot of ways. A Nos can hide their appearance. They can use obfuscation. But you want to know what a Nos also has? They smell. Not human.
Well, it depends what you're using, but I assume not your nose.
This is true. But more importantly, she uses it passively, but at this point she's going to pop Sense Beast actively in an environment. And that's free.
It is.
I can sense the presence of other vampires' supernatural hunger
So
and a
it's
sense of
just
their
not
nature,
this-
hunger, and hostility.
So it's not just the Sixth Sense.
No.
You take in this crowd bath. This wave of kind just coming and going around you. Many of them do not have anything remotely. You can sense, though, that some of them, a handful in this crowd of about 50 to that looked at in within the confines of the scene. A handful of them do have darker urges that could a vampire could say that is a very tame. For a human, it might be something that they have trouble dealing with. They seem to hold it back fine right now. You see them laughing, chatting, having a good time. Some are just focused, headphones on their head, walking down, like power walking down, elbowing people. There's a nation of people on a sidewalk. And all the people here, no one is a vampire. However, can you make resolve plus animalism for me, please?
Yep. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, I gotta do it. That's the thing about this. You have
Oh yeah, in this case because it is Oh, I thought you could roll a
no, you have to do it manually.
Yes.
Plus the die for the blood potency, which is the one that I always forget.
Yes, always remember y'all have that +1.
And the die for the ability itself. Okay.
It's one die for the power bonus, but it's only for activating, right?
Yeah, but I'm using an ability.
Yeah.
It's one die for the power bonus and one die for the ability itself, or however many dots you have in the ability itself.
Yeah, that's it. That is, yeah, sure. That is not a messy critical.
No, it's just
it's two successes.
It's two successes.
Yeah. And with 2 successes, you
I think it is a messy critical. Actually, let me look.
You notice.
No, because it's not a crit. Because I don't. It didn't have a 10 on the
you
other
need
one.
two 10s for it to crit. There's no hostility coming from the young man by the door of the Paramount. He seems to act as a sort of, not really a doorman, though sometimes you've seen him hold the door open for people to come in. And he affects this pose that almost looks like that of a bouncer. But this is a movie theater. There might not be any beast proper this person. Or I should say, this person doesn't harbor a proper. But there is the beast of someone inside this. A ghoul. They're waiting at the door. Dressed in a black shirt, like a turtleneck long sleeve shirt, black jeans. black combat boots. Like I said, he could pass as a bouncer anywhere else. He's somewhat well built, short hair, almost a crop top, messy. This stenciled beard, stenciled chin. And despite him, harboring a beast, he doesn't look or act in any, aggressively. Door open. He is, just by the way he stands when at rest, it strikes you as a fuse ready to be lit.
But she's pretty sure she knows he's a ghoul.
Oh yeah. You sense a beast inside him, but it's not his beast. Beast that's in the blood that
he
was
just,
given to him.
She's going to do this. It'll be great. Darling, there you are. I'm so happy to see you. And she'll run up to him and not even let him stop. Just do the full-on European French kiss. But the real advantage to that, you want to know the major advantage to doing that? Because if you do it correctly and appropriately, you grab their hands at the same time.
He's not going to resist it. I mean, he's taken by surprise as you approach.
And as she, as she leans in, he's like, I want to talk to your boss. How about we go have a little conversation? And just quiet enough for him to hear. It's like, so, are we ready for this movie, darling?
You can just go in. He opens the door.
And she's not letting, come on.
You want to go to the 4th floor.
You're going
Room
to
at
come
the
introduce me. Come introduce me, darling. That's how this works. That's what manners are. Yep. And she's going to.
I've been told to stay down here. I stay down here.
But manners means that if someone like me comes, you introduce me politely. I wouldn't want to think.
He does a, quick step back to look you up and down. Do you have Blush of Life on?
I mean, maybe. Yeah, no, she had to have. She had to have because she went to see Valois at the university, right?
You also walk down the street with everyone, but you could have not have it.
I mean, she plays the goth card frequently and leans into it, but in this particular case, I think she knew she was going to a movie theater in a public place that she was going to have Brush of Life out.
Can you roll? Can you roll manipulation in?
Oh, yes.
Difficult.
I can. Would you? Oh, look. Finally giving me something I can do. 4 successes.
He has not sized you up as a king. You figure this school is either new or was kept away from other vampires for long enough that he doesn't pick up on the argot, and the clues that you're giving away that any other, experienced, So he just repeats it.
Renfield.
What?
Renfield, introduce me to your master. Appropriately.
My name is not Renfield.
No, moron, it's a title for what you are, not who you are. Do I actually give a shit about you? You have a heartbeat still. A very slow, shallow one that could end prematurely. But it's still there.
Give me just.
No, introduction. That's how this works. And she still has his hands. Like, that's the whole point.
He would have tried to get, like, his hand away to go rummage in his pocket.
And she's gonna hold on and be like, just a little bit too strong and be like, that's not how this works. Has he not taught you appropriate manners?
Let me just give him a call. Please. This is...
You may announce me.
He grabs his phone with one hand. Dials. Boss. Yeah,
5,
someone here to see you.
15,
I think she's a...
25.
I think she might be drunk. He's not making a lot of sense.
She's gonna take
And-
the phone from him.
You can hear, like, a hoarse voice on the other end just go like, "She's one of us, moron. Just let her in." It's like, but I told her to go in, but she... And then that's when you...
Your employee desperately needs re-education, and she's gonna hang up. Now bring me upstairs.
Okay. And he walks you in, and with you, like, we'll walk up the stairs, the carpeted stairs of the Paramount that have kept the same 1990 line of the
Nice.
geometric shapes and squiggly line.
I would like to point out that there is an entire subculture of Dragon Con that were most put out when the Marriott changed its carpeting
Lord.
5 years ago.
The entire place smells of butter and popcorn. There's not a whole lot of people walking about, but you can hear the loud music from, or sounds from the multiple theater, like, rooms as you go up. And when you get to the 4th floor, there is only one room that, you know, has a movie playing that you hear. The other one is farther down, so imagine if on the 4th floor there's like and then the hallway turns and you go to public bathrooms. The second theater plays well, from the sign next to it, a like, special presentation of Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur?
Ben-Hur. Yeah, okay. Never had to pronounce it in English.
Oh.
So, yeah, just it's the almost, you know, original poster. But,
Very important question, the Charlton Heston version or the silent film version?
No, the Charlton Heston.
Oh, okay. That's
Not
a
the-
very...
No, they don't do silent films here. You're in too much of a popular theater. There are others that I know in Montreal would do it, but not this one. Except all the little lights, the little light bulbs around that normally illuminates the sign, they're turned off. Just like if the room was not playing anything, though. Under the movie poster, you have like days and times, and it feels like this should be playing at the moment, and none of it when you come in. The image, so the movie is projected onto the screen, but there is no sound. The room is completely dark, and you hear from, so as you come in, you know, you have all of your seats. Your right, and from somewhere up in there, you hear the same hoarse voice that says, "All right, leave her alone, you dumb fuck. Go back down and just go. I don't know. Say hi to people. I've been doing that all night. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Just go there until I call you. Okay. 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 He leaves.
Flory's keeping his phone, by the way. Flory kept the phone.
It's a like a clearly like a flip phone burner type. Not too old. Like let's say like Motorola Razr.
Mhm.
But you just look at it quickly. The contact list only has one number on it.
Mhm.
The man sitting in this somewhat bloated individual with greasy black hair, thinning for the most part, in a weird, kind of like mine, come over. Seems to be hunched even when sitting. And you cannot help but notice when the screen turns to a paler color, get a better. He is not only missing an eye, has multiple gashes across his face. The right side? Yeah, sorry. The right side of his face has been caved in. And out just above the ear here, there's an immense hole out of which jiggly brain pops out. His right ear has been half torn off the head, hangs kind of like a German shepherd's ears when they're younger. It hasn't yet become sturdy. He's dressed in a what would have been probably at some point a fine brown three-piece suit, speckled golden and black tie that he now has like hanging loosely around his jacket is open. On his stomach rests a bowl like bag of popcorn, and even though you only see it in flashes, the white shirt underneath stained and mostly the same color as to some extent. Is now in Legend Keeper players. If though Flory, well, he'll introduce himself immediately because he has manners. Mr. Vargas.
Under.
Oh,
the-
he is under the Anarchs.
Oh, interesting.
And for now, of course, most of it is empty. I don't really know anything about him. For the people watching it, I am tinkering currently with Legend Keeper because there is a date. I should be able to publish these pages publicly, so you'll have access to the same database of NPCs and places that our players have.
So, hi. I'm Flory. Pleasure.
Mr. Vargas. Or just Vargas if you don't go by Miss Flory.
No, technically it's Mrs., but I do appreciate the offer. Also, that's only in English, and English is such a horrible language, isn't it?
Suit me just fine up until now.
So I have to ask a question, Vargas.
Well, I also have a question for you.
I'll be happy to answer them.
Why the fuck aren't you Folly Watson?
Because she doesn't want to talk to you. And you've annoyed her and pissed her off. And that's really creepy. And coming from us, that's saying a whole hell of a lot. But I have another question for you, Mr. Vargas.
Yeah, okay. No, you ask. I asked, you ask. Let's
Well, you
do
look
this
like you were
back
about to
and
say
forth.
something. You look like you were about to say something. I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh, that's for... You see, sometimes, and he pokes his brain, it makes like a wet noise, and he says, sometimes the thoughts escape, you know, by account of the whole, sunroof situation.
I'm sorry. Nope, not going to ask that question. That's just personal question. We'll come back to that. Mr. Vargas, I have another question for I had something else I was going to ask you, but then you haven't this very interesting question. How frequently do you send emails to Kine where you solicit them to stalk other members of the kindred?
I was wondering what happened to him.
Oh, didn't you see the paper?
You see, Prince dead. I'm more of a silver screen kind of guy.
That's what YouTube's for. Also,
Or golden
CNN.
screen. Simon's just not sure. The silver screen was the TV. The golden screen was the cinema.
The silver screen is the movie.
God damn it.
It's a dual reference, one to the fact that the screen itself had to be white or very close to it, and also the silver nitrate that was used to treat the original prints of the film.
Which is why vampires don't show up on film. Because of the
Which is
silver.
why werewolves don't work in movie theaters.
Also true. I mean, it's all digital now. The movie werewolves can go back.
I know, but it ruined most of the quality.
So, how frequently do you solicit food? Didn't give me an
Oh
answer.
yeah, your question. I'm gonna stop that voice.
Yeah, don't.
But
hurt
you
yourself.
get the raspy, Fallout Ghoul type of thing from him. Vargas says, well, not anymore. That was a one-time deal. We had a fling, a brief little something, and but then he up and left, so his loss. Kind of my loss as well, because, now I had to go and Hugo instead, or Ghoul Hugo instead, and he's not the brightest bulb in the bunch, That's the guy you met downstairs. Fresh off the block.
I got the impression that he wasn't very well trained, instructed, or knowledgeable. But given your association with the other individual,
the word you're looking for is cared for. I don't really care for him.
You can not give a shit about your ghoul all you want, but the fact that you're not instructing them in basic manners,
Only
that says
for a
something.
couple months.
So.
Well, I answered your question.
You answered my question.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
Okay.
In return. Back and forth. Polite society and all that. Ever watched Ben-Hur?
Got to see it on opening night. Well, at least. Yes. Hold on. I need to check something. Deirdre needs to check something.
Was Flory somewhere where she could watch it when it happened?
Because 1959. Yes, we were here. I was like, not 1953, it's 1959.
It's okay as far as movie.
I mean, it doesn't hold a candle to, the Ten Commandments or
Yeah, but you know,
The Seven Samurai.
old men pretending they speak for God is not a thing that turns me. People dying in horse races, though. And that was my question. Oh, no, wait. I have an actual one. But I guess polite back and forth.
That's not the question. You're making polite small talk. What is your actual question?
What are you doing here, then?
Oh, I'm here to kill you.
He like, laughs and most of the popcorn just falls down.
She's gonna stab the stake through his open brain at the time.
He's not, like, within arm's reach.
Oh, she'd been moving closer. Sorry. I should have been more clear. She hadn't stopped. She moved closer towards him.
You can make a stab attack with the stake, yes.
That's Dex Brawl, correct?
Stake attack, stake attack, stake.
I thought it was.
Yeah, but there's something special with...
You asked her to come and do a murder. She's gonna do a murder.
It is not, page 221. There we go. Because I know it's not precisely a called shot. Stakes. Right, modifier, damage modifier of +0, so you don't add any die. And you're aiming for his brain, correct?
Well, it's sitting there as a bright open target.
So it's strength and melee.
Oh, strength and melee.
Yeah. And the stake itself does not give any
Okay.
additional, like, damage.
Okay, because I had read it wrong then, because I had it as brawl. Okay. Well, that's gonna be more complicated. I'm going to spend the blood point for the die then. Because otherwise this isn't going to work.
Sure.
Only one success.
One success. What's his...
What? Why did I think it was Dex?
Because it feels like it should be Dex, but everything melee is It would be Dex if you tried to throw it, though.
I mean, can we retcon it that I throw it at his head?
Sure.
Okay.
Because as you're doing that, I'm also looking at the the con for his defense.
I'm still gonna spend the extra point though, just because I said I did, so I'm gonna...
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, now that's 3 successes.
He has to roll Dex.
And it's still not a messy crit though.
Yeah, no. But you've got 3 successes.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to roll.
Now I know the answer. I'll make sure I'll remember that for future.
He's got 2 successes.
So I beat him by 1.
Yeah, you stab you throw the stake. It lodges itself in his brain. He just goes, ouch! Ow, what the fuck, lady? Polite conversation. Ah! That's 1 point of damage to him and a lot of,
Look, he's got an exposed brain, and he
Yes.
hasn't taken the time or effort to do anything. Like, you could even just get, like, a skull cap.
I know, right?
You could have a nice fedora, you know, like that would look fine. He's wearing a
Look.
suit, like.
It's modern times. Wear a helmet.
Tempaning has been a thing that's existed since Roman period. It's been a thing that has been actually practiced extensively throughout history. You didn't take the time to put frickin'...
Oh, yeah, no, but in this case, it's the...
It's an affectation, I get it. She's like,
It's,
I know there are other things about it, but
I mean,
Prax knows
he used to not
things.
have his brain out in the open when he was alive.
Yes.
But. Yes, so he. Ow. Takes the stake out. Who sent you?
I said I would do this one on the cheap. She's
Well,
gonna
that
pop Fata
was a
Morgana.
Very cheap. Go ahead.
Okay, so this one is
Because he has yet to. You know that now he's probably like ready to do something. But
yeah.
Has yet to act. Fata Morgana.
Mm-hmm.
Empire.
Yep.
That's
4 successes. Still not a messy critical. Although I keep rolling that crit die on that blood point.
Now, Fata Morgana is the one to create like
It messes with their heads.
the hallucination.
Mm-hmm.
The scene hallucination.
The scene hallucination, and and the reason she's doing this is she's popping Fata Morgana, and as she does so, she's basically going to pull. So it's playing Ben-Hur behind her on the screen, right?
Yes.
And what she's going to do is she's going to pop Fata Morgana because it's going to change the visual, and she's going to pull the entire scene of Ben-Hur forward.
Can you roll your rouse check?
Yeah, I'll roll the rouse check.
Yep.
Yeah.
It takes. It takes effort that you might. Maybe you didn't think that you would spend that much effort, but that hunger results from you bringing the entire movie in full IMAX 3D.
Yeah, but she wants to. But you said it was at the chariot race scene.
Yeah, it's the chariot race.
So the bad guys in that scene with the blade that keeps spinning are dressed in this creepy black leather ensemble that's very distinctive. It's like we are both villain and somehow we want to both kill Ben-Hur and possibly other creepy weird things to Ben-Hur. It's all implied in that shot. If you couldn't tell by the giant phallic blade that's on the end of that spinning. So she wants to bring that guy forward with the spinning blade coming towards him in like the full scene of that Ben-Hur. But what she's also doing is using this as a moment to shift herself out of where her physical position of where he last saw her. And because she has literally perpetually
the walking with no
the silence of death.
The silence of death.
He can't hear her move.
Can you make manipulation plus presence?
Manipulation plus presence? Oh, I can do that.
Because he has a chance to disbelieve it.
Yes, he does.
As a supernatural.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought it was manipulation and obfuscation.
No, so manipulation and obfuscate is
against
just the
user.
puppet.
Oh, against the second roll. Sorry.
Yeah. So like, the first roll is just how many senses did you want to affect, and then if it's a supernatural, there's a second roll that comes.
Yeah. But luckily, it's the exact same roll. Okay, this time it is a messy critical.
Yes.
So.
And he has.
I get
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
4, 5 successes.
I still beat him by 1.
Yes. So he will believe it, but it is.
It's okay. I was already planning to cause a big old mess with him anyways. Sorry, everybody. Although, can we just talk about the odds that I have on every single hunger die I've rolled this entire game? I have rolled a crit.
A 10? Yeah. I mean, when do you not roll crits in roll 20?
No, I meant on my hunger die. Every hunger die I've rolled tonight.
Yeah, there's at least one crit somewhere, is what I meant. I don't know what you did to Eric. Where is my messy crit page?
I mean, the last time I saw Eric, I gave him alcohol. Maybe that was it.
Flying him with... Okay, I think what... Because the beast scored the critical. I think it being... It being in a movie theater and you trying to Fata Morgana the scene into your illusion will extend to the other showing room.
Okay.
And you will hear a bunch of people scream and run away in a panic as their minds cannot comprehend just what the heck is going on. Him, on the other end, has the same reaction, where he's like, "What is going on? What is this?" And he's looking like everywhere, trying to find you, but not finding you. For now, not doing anything. These people running away is definitely an issue.
But they're running from something I can fix later.
What do you...
He pulled the stake out of his head, right?
Yes, because it was just one damage.
Yeah, it was just one damage.
But also, yeah, it didn't go in like all the way to the...
No. That was, this time she's going to, because the beast is kind of in control, and like that kind of makes sense because she said she would do this one at a cheaper rate because creepy spy person, creepy stalker is not cool. Also, just in general, not a good dude apparently. So she as she's already been moving, she's gonna come up behind him and bite down. Actually, no, she's not going to do that yet. She's going to take out the gun from the small of her back and shoot him point blank in the bottom of the spine.
Right? That would be definitely...
That's Dex and firearms, correct?
Yeah, that's Dex and firearms. With probably, with a bonus that I'm looking... It's a bit longer conflict. this is fine, this is fine. Okay, basically we're gonna reduce the difficulty of his
Yeah, because you couldn't take an action this
his
round.
attack. Well, yeah, but also because you are you rising him.
He can't see me. Well, he doesn't know where I am.
And yeah, so we'll go with a difficulty 1. Just a straight difficulty 1. So like whatever amount of successes you roll after the first one immediately adds to the thing. And your gun, what type of gun?
Okay,
was it
only
again?
one success.
Yeah,
You know
but
what?
wait.
I'm gonna spend the 2 willpower. I'm gonna spend the willpower.
So re-roll your 2 black dice.
Yeah.
Right. And the gun also adds 2 dice, by the way.
Oh, it also adds 2 dice. So that's. Oh, I'm gonna just roll 4d10 then,
Yep.
because I didn't know about the 2. I didn't know.
No,
about
I was trying to find it, but you had rolled.
Sorry, that was
but
me.
That's fine. Yeah, you can write it on your sheet for next time. A +2.
Okay, so 2 more successes, so a total of 3 successes.
3 successes, so that would normally be 2 damage divided by gunshot to a vampire. So you fire into him, and he like doubles over, but not front back, like jerks. His back arches like suddenly, and you hear it. Ah, fuck my ass! As he's going to attempt to disbelieve the illusion again and try to find you. Because, I mean, right now there's kind of a clear
Oh yeah.
indication that you are somewhere very specific. So can you roll your same as earlier? Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4 successes on his part.
Oh, this one's a bestial failure. But I don't understand how that works.
In this case, okay, so normally
It's not a bestial failure because
It's not a bestial
successes.
failure.
Except,
Oh, 'cause
except
it's 'cause I have to-
because it is a failure because the difficulty is 4 because of his check.
It's an opposed check. That's
so
why it's a bestial failure.
if we were doing a normal check,
But
it would not.
here's the thing. I don't think I need to. I'm going to be honest on this one, Simon. I don't think I need to roll, because I think once I shot him, he's interacting with the illusion, and I wasn't trying to fool all of the senses, so interaction with the illusion will dispel it for him.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you're okay with it, and the
No, I will. She only wanted it for the 1 round.
Okay.
To get up behind him and shoot him in the back.
Okay.
To continue to injure him.
All right. Then in that case, now knowing where you are, he's going to turn around. And as he says, I thought we were being light.
Not anymore.
I think he'll go for like a punch to the face. He's going to try to ruin your jaw, as it were. But he needs to make a rouse check first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Know what I can.
Okay. Cool.
All right. I should. Rouse check. Hey, that works. All right. So that's his route check, and he goes for the punch.
And if she just wants to dodge out of the way, that's Dex, correct?
It is
Dex
plus
athletics.
athletics.
Yeah, it's Dex Athletics. That's what I thought, but I was like, considering my last time I got the thing wrong, I'm just double checking from now on.
Yeah, I'm also. I've played a lot of Vampire Chapters lately,
Mhm.
so that's different. All right. This and right. So nope, because he is unarmed. Good. And you will need to beat. Short. 7
Of
successes.
course, that's not going to happen.
1, 2,
There's no
3,
physical way I can do
4,
that.
5, 6. Yeah, 7 successes. No, but whatever you roll is taken out of the damage you take, though. So, like, roll it anyway.
Okay, so 3
So
successes.
3. And so, no, 2 successes because the 10 is not doubled yet.
Oh yeah, no, 2 successes. Sorry.
So you're going to take 5 superficial, which means it's divided like half.
It's the half. It's the half mark.
So yeah, it's the half mark, but you don't take 5 half marks. Because superficial
Hold
is
on.
always halved against vampires.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I don't
Yeah,
like
so
that.
It's this weird rule where you can take way more what we used to call bashing damage back in the day.
Yeah.
So because bashing and lethal are kind of the same, it means that you can take a lot more bashing damage. Confirm it to me.
Yeah, no, I see it. I see where you're saying it. Where it is. Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I thought we were having a polite discussion. I thought we were being polite, and then punches you. And once he's punched you, he will ask again. I think every round he will ask, like, who the fuck sent you?
That's a question that no one ever gets an answer to. So the other thing she had to do, the reason she did this to get around behind him to shoot him in the back, was so that now she's on a higher level of the movie theater position. Because now she's going to take advantage of gravity. Because she's not a very tall woman vampire. And she also is not wearing high heels because you do not go to murder in high heels unless you're going to a fancy ball. That's an entirely separate issue.
Rounded up the damage. So
Okay, so 3.
But that means that also for him, you dealt 1 more point earlier.
Okay. Cool. So the whole point was to get behind him and up above him. And she's going to this time she's going to pop Dread Gaze. And just as she's staring at him and just smirks and opens her mouth just a little bit and lets her own fang nick the bottom of her lip so that it just drips a little bit of blood off of it. You asked the wrong question. And so that is present charisma. Ooh, it's the same.
He has composure resolve to roll. Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I keep doing math wrong.
Sure.
Yes. I would have had 1 higher on the fat. One more die higher than the Fata Morgana. I keep doing that math wrong. Why does he get all these freaking successes?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
and 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not going to work on
You
him.
want to spend a willpower to reroll 3 of those black dice?
I will spend a willpower to reroll 3 of those
Like, that's the
dice.
thing. I'm not going to use willpower to reroll on the NPCs. I'll use it to power, like, disciplines, but...
So that's 4 successes. It's still not going to succeed.
No, it is indeed
Well, it's 5 successes. It still wouldn't succeed.
failure. Yeah. So he is unaffected.
Yeah, he is unaffected.
He will reply, "Lady, if you want a contest of who's the ugliest, I think I win by default." For this round, he's going to mechanically put himself in full defense.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just going to say this. I don't want to fight you. I don't know who sent you. I don't know if it's Yuma or whoever else. But I have powerful friends. Believe me, you don't want to do this here.
Oh, you're offering up your friends. No one who sends me after you has powerful friends. She is going to lie to imply that his powerful friends are who hired her.
Ooh, that might be a little difficult. Sure.
But I mean, like, she's not actually saying it.
No, but you want the implication to go. So make I'll let you decide between subterfuge and intimidation. Because the result will be different. If you imply it to strike fear into him, one thing. Or do you imply it to, like, mess with his brain?
Oh, she's saying it to mess with his head, not to try and intimidate it, but to mess with his head. Because
Then-
now he said he has powerful friends. I need to mess with his head so that he starts talking more.
Okay.
In a way, this is not about
Then-
intimidating him. This is about fucking with his mind.
That works. Then that will be a
Subterfuge,
yeah,
manipulation.
subterfuge, but difficulty 3.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, did you roll your extra die for Dreadgaze?
Browse
Because you
check.
used the discipline.
Because wait, what extra die?
Because you were supposed to roll charisma plus presence plus 1 because of your blood potency.
Yeah, that's why
Okay.
there's 8.
Okay, cool. No, it's just I because we keep forgetting. So now I have a little post-it on my screen here with the plus 1 die, just so I might ask it often, but it's right.
That's okay. Please do. Okay, so that is 3 successes.
Nice. He remains on the defensive. But he goes, "Wait. Why? That makes no sense."
I never ask why I get hired. I take a job and I do it. That's a question you have to ask. But I don't think you'll get to. I'm very good at my work.
And you can do something. We're bantering, but you can do something on your turn anyway.
He's still fully defensive, right?
Yes. He doesn't seem want to fight you. Like, I mean, he punched you probably more out of
he punched me and I stabbed him and
anger.
shot him.
Yeah, I mean, equal exchange, you know? But yeah, no.
Oh, she's gonna... Can I... Mechanically, I don't know if this works, but I think it might be just a reflavoring.
Sure.
Can she pop awe as part of this manipulation to impress her own? Like, she said, I don't ask why I get hired. You don't have powerful friends if I get hired. That's not a thing anymore, right? Like, it's the scene in Goodfellas when Joe Pesci's character finally gets murdered, right? Like, Joe Pesci has been, like, the guy, his character's been literally the guy, everybody's like, I got powerful friends, I got powerful friends, I got powerful friends, and then all of a sudden he's gone. It's like, no, you don't have any powerful friends if I get called on you, kind of thing. And now she wants to kind of perpetuate this idea that I'm the boogeyman that would get, I'm the cleanup crew if you opened your mouth, that, you violated Omerta, that kind of thing. And use awe because, like, he's already, like, the manipulation was kind of there, but she wants to use awe to kind of, like, sell it.
Sure.
If that makes sense.
Awe or Dawned?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't technically have Dawned listed on the skill.
All right. No, it's just going to be different. All right, so it's your minute presence versus his composure and intelligence.
Composure and intelligence, yep.
Got no extra. Difficulty 4.
What the hell?
Want to spend?
Like, this time I will, because that's, like, mechanically.
I know is. Oh, and also, give me a second. You needed a rouse check for Dread Gaze, but not for Awe.
Yeah, not for awe. Well, that's 3 successes. That's not going to do anything. It doesn't matter. And I succeeded on that.
He, still on the defensive, says, I figured you would sell me to the wolves at some point. I didn't think now. Barely set foot in this city. Listen, lady. If it's folly, tell her I'm sorry. Alright? Nothing personal. Just business. I get the feeling that you and I, lady, we understand just business, right? Right?
I'm a very much a professional. Are you trying to buy me off for my professional being hired to murder you?
So you got a price. And you see like a fanged-filled smile appear on his face. Though, when it gets to the right side of his face, there's definitely like some of his muscles that are paralyzed as the smile just almost like droops down. I got info. Listen. Call it a draw. Let's go back to civility. I give you your stick back. And we talk business.
She's going to reach out a hand towards him. Palm up.
He's not taking it. He's way too scared to do anything. Like, you see him look at your hand, and you can see in his face that it's like, no. Anything you can do will fuck with his mind. So he's not taking a chance.
Oh, anything she could do with fuck with his mind?
No, but that's what you get the feeling that, he's
No,
wary of.
He's wary of me fucking with his mind.
Yeah.
Well, if we're being cordial.
How about I do you one solid? A boon, favor. Something you might enjoy given your, You see out of the corner of his eyes, he looks around, kind of wary to see like the horses and chariots go by again. I heard the people in the other room. Listen, that's gonna be part of the deal. I make it disappear. I make it go away. That's what I do. But I can give you one more. I can give you info. And call it a little ace up your sleeve for when my friends get here. Right?
She kind of cocks her head.
He begins to like walk backwards a bit, just a bit of distance between the two of you, but he's not like running away or anything. He's just, getting out of arm's reach.
No, and she's gonna shoot him in the face. I feel insulted. You're trying to buy me off after I was legitimately bought. She's gonna shoot him. I mean, that's all she can do. Literally all I can do at this point, because it does not seem to matter anything I tried to do. Oh, look, 3 successes.
Did you add the extra dice for the gun?
Yes.
2 dice? Okay.
I have a note in there now.
Just
good.
1 success. So he's gonna take 2, so he's gonna take 1. When you shoot him, he just goes, alright, fuck this.
I'm a professional, bitch. Also, there was no comma in that sentence, by the way.
Is going to... Oh no, Arthur. Sorry, we're gonna play musical chair for a second. Oh, wait. Ori goes here. Arthur goes here. I go there. Okay. Yeah. So he says, fuck it. And sorry, using discipline that I just... Oh, okay. He says, or fuck it. And you just see his form just vanish. What do...
She knows what this is. And he can do a lot of things. Like, she does know what this is, right? This is...
I mean...
She's fought...
You're also aware...
Yeah.
Your own powers.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually...
No, I don't have that obfuscate. But
you have obfuscate in general. Yeah.
Yeah. This is why nobody likes Nosferatu, because they tried to leave a party, and not in the fun way.
Oh, wait. No, he cannot. Okay, sorry. I needed to read a discipline 3 pages down. So no, he does not vanish. Back
because I was looking at him, right? He can't vanish
because he doesn't have
looking at him.
vanish, and nothing in the typical description of obfuscate save for like unseen passage, it says if the person's looking at you, you can't do anything. Cloak of Shadows doesn't have that.
Yeah.
So anyway, no, he's going to run away. Just fuck it, and he bolts.
She's going to pop Fata Morgana in front of him. Or no, pop Chemistry in front of him at the door, right at the door, which is just going to have like a full-on pop-out face of Nosferatu, the film, emerge from the door into him. Because she makes those references.
Alright, so Manip, Obfuscate versus is Composure, and and you need a rouse check.
Yeah, but it's... She already is hungry, but it's gonna be...
Yeah, but it might be getting hungrier and hungrier and hungrier.
I mean, she was planning to have a snack on the way home anyways.
That's, always a fight too.
Well, this is gonna be fun. Crit.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7.
It's not a bestial failure, though.
No, because you don't fail. Unless he rolls way more success. I don't think he will. Just so you know.
It's considering what he's been rolling.
Composure Wit. It's a 6 dice. So less than you. Yeah, 3 success. So he goes to the door.
And
just goes, yeah! That's...
And there's something fun happens when I crit on this, right?
Is it?
No, it's only one Fata Morgana if I crit.
Yeah, no, in this case, yeah, because it's always a call it contested roll.
Yeah.
So yes, you have 1 turn. Basically, he bolted for the door. He's not necessarily the fastest person, but he definitely has the countenance and patterns of someone, of a rat used to escaping sinking ships.
Yeah, I don't like rats. But occasionally, they're acceptable eating. So when he pulls back, I want her to just be there to bite down and start to feed off of him.
He has a 2 dice penalty on his defense roll.
And this is strength brawl now?
Yep.
Or dex brawl?
That's not going right. No, if you are biting...
You'll have a better chance grappling him first.
Yeah.
I found this out
because
in my
there's
last
a
conflict.
lot of penalties if you're not...
Yeah, okay, so
first.
then to grab him by the back of the neck.
Yes. So grappling is strength plus brawl.
Yeah, that's...
But he only has 1 die to defend against you because of your ability. He's got 0 successes. So long as you have 1 success.
I have 2 successes.
Good. So you
look,
grab
Flori
him.
can finally kill someone successfully.
His action, once you've grappled him, the chemistry.
Yeah,
only
chemistry
lasts 1
fails,
turn, but he's just going to say, making a big mistake. You're making a big mistake.
She's gonna bite down on him.
Cool. In the next round, so now it's a contested roll. And if you win, that is the
Yeah, and so now that it's contested, he has a penalty because he's still grappled, correct?
Yeah. He's has a penalty. And it's 2 aggravated damage. I think the damage is automatic. Actually. Win automatically 2 aggravated. Not even rolling for.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the bite is automatically 2 aggravated damage.
And then it's like one
Every
blood
round.
point around.
Yeah. All right, cool. So his roll, you can roll a new brawl check.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, you can use Rouse the Blood to give yourself bonuses for strength if you...
Yeah, she's gonna do that this round.
Blood Surge. 5.
Fucking hell.
And another Hunger?
No, it's one success.
Oh, but the Blood Surge needs a... Call it
A rouse check.
a Rouse check. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll the 2 dice with willpower first,
Yes.
and then roll the rouse check. Just okay. So 2 successes.
Lasts for C.
Then I've succeeded on the rouse check. Oh, it does. That's right. It does last for a scene. So would I have needed to roll that rouse check again?
No. My thing. Last. But the Rouse check for you to gain +1 strength is 1 scene too. It's not just 1 turn.
Okay, so then I don't actually need it to roll the rouse check, but I succeeded anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So in his case, because of some things he has... Whoa. Not the right number. He's got 1 success. So, eyes goes to you.
I have 2 successes.
That's not even a tie then. That is successes.
Mhm.
Yeah. He... Like, you're grabbing him from the back, correct?
Yeah.
And now he tries to defend himself. And basically, when he grabs your arm to try to yank it away,
Mm-hmm.
you can feel superhuman strength arm. The strength of someone who could easily punch through
Yeah, he wasn't
a car
trying.
door. He is trying, but your beast now is just single track. He needs to die, and you're not going to let him run away, focus or not.
No.
And so that's 2 aggravated then.
Mm-hmm. And isn't causing a bite, doesn't that cause healing? Yeah.
No, that doesn't. What happens is when you start, so the bite, does nothing,
not the drain. It's
and
the
then
drain on
each
the next round.
turn, yes. However, the moment you bite him,
Mm-hmm.
falls into torpor.
The minute I bite him?
That's the last of his damage.
Oh.
No. Go to break.
Yep.
Grab a bite out of game, as you've grabbed a bite in game, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes, everyone. After we are all refreshed, and then we'll see how this Floria refreshes us. Be right back, everyone.
Amazing.
And we're back. Thing. Let's leave the Paramount for a second. And we will see what happens of Vargas and Flory later. Lucky. What are you up to
Yes. Waiting on my boss to tell me what to do. So, like, sort of it's been like, I know we've got some sort of coterie thing going on, but just sort of waiting for Artie's text.
Then, Artie. What are you up to tonight?
We see Artie in his home, staring at the board. I hate that you're right. He's staring at Vel's picture. Going around again like a chicken with my head cut off because there's too much going on. So back to basics. As you said, ignore the board. Ignore the pieces. What do you want? Active only. Something achievable. And do not clutch for more than you can hold in your hand. So less than 5. I want to get Montreal police under heel. I want to secure Little Lily. I want to make allies. Everything else has to be sacrificed at this moment. Now, what am I missing? Let's see what's all up here. Got human trafficking with a note that they were wanting specifically things to go through Miami. We've got some sort of winged individual out and about. We've got Eduardo Indacio and a team that took part in the Night of Ashes. Plum's being taken care of by Flory. We've got the Ashes survivors, which may or may not involve Hetty, and whatever it is I communed with. The Inquisition is to be assumed to still be in town. I have not met all the other kindred in town. I need to teach up Alex. Where the fuck is Andrade? Betty is better off dead. I should probably do Valois solid after Flory visited him in a mood. You, and then our bigger problem. As he narrows down on a slip of paper that says Francois Villon. You're who I'm ignoring. Because Folly Watson falls into my lap, your name gets bandied about. You're moving, aren't you?
I mean, Artie, you are somewhat old vampire. Wouldn't say an elder, but you've been with the Sabbat long enough. I mean, the name Francois Villon is not any stranger to you. You've probably never met the guy in person. But you know him to be Polite society would call him the greatest prince France ever had. A little impolite society would call him a tyrant and a monster. Certain circles of the Sabbat might have even said a few times that he would be better if he had sided with, because he's almost like one of us.
Oh, yeah. But that's the thing. The worst of us, just as bad as them. Francois Villon is a tyrant. Hierarchy is necessary. It is a necessary evil. But tyrants only come in two flavors. They're the good ones, and the good ones end up dead. It's the worst ones that keep on living. This guy is a survivor. And he's got his eyes set on something for some reason. And a name like that doesn't just come up out of nowhere. And Diane was really in a hurry to get off the phone when I mentioned his name. I need to go and call Caleb. As he gets up off the phone, takes, as he's grabbing the phone, a red pen, underlie Villon's name, moves it on the board, puts it right underneath Val.
And
I wouldn't put it above you to manipulate some smug motherfucker like that to cause me problems.
And you call Caleb?
Yeah.
It rings a few times. Uncharacteristically longer than you. Until Caleb Duval.
Caleb.
Apologies, I was on something required my attention.
You seem to be busy these nights. I heard that you hired Flory.
Yes. Well, in a very roundabout way, it's hired by acquaintances. Favors owed. But
I know the feeling.
it feels good not to owe Her Majesty Annabelle anything.
Oh, no wonder you're having a mood. Okay. So, with that out of the way, if you still ate, I would have gotten you a cake. But no, I got two things on my mind right now, Caleb, that I need to talk with someone who is a fellow survivor and understands trouble.
I could distraction. Why don't we meet in person? Phone
Well,
lines are realm of the
yeah, there's been some technologically capable individuals of late. That makes sense.
I try to make it a point to always expect.
Fair enough. How's about downtown? Not too far away from the green. That nice Parking garage. Let's meet there. Top floor.
Very clandestine. I like that. I will see you there in an hour.
All right, I might bring somebody along because there's those two things, they're not just a me problem. And then Arthur will call Lucky.
Call or text?
Call.
I suppose he's probably sort of finishing up, sort of getting out of work right at that moment. Sees the phone, picks it up. Hey, what's up?
Lucky, got a meeting with Caleb here in about an hour if you want to join me. But otherwise, I need to give you a heads up. I've finally started to put my head on right, and there is a more prominent problem. One that might not just mess with my ideas, but if this fucker shows up, he is going to make all of us a priority. Francois Villon, you know the name?
No?
Big cami prince with a giant ego.
We're on the phone?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain that
on the phone?
Yes and no. But that's part of the reason why I'm calling. One, to express that, yeah, things are bad. And two, that if people are listening in, hi.
So is this another person that you're at war with who's gonna kill us?
No, I'm not at war with him. He's at war with us. And I mean that in the biggest word.
Got a lot of questions, but I figure I probably shouldn't ask on the phone, eh?
No. But gonna be downtown. Meet me outside of the tower by the green if you want to in about half an hour, if you can make it.
You need protection? Okay, I'll be there. I just have to finish up with some equipment.
Less protection. For this, I need somebody with an outside perspective. I jumped at too many shadows.
Okay, he doesn't like me.
I know. That makes
Okay.
things interesting.
Okay, I will be there. You said an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And like clicks off the phone, finishes like putting away, ice hockey gear and all that sort of thing. And it's gonna make his way out of the rink, sort of waves by to everybody, makes everybody's, like a wave, smile, as he sort of heads out into the truck, and then heads down towards the tower. Taking a bit of a circuitous route, but he will be there because
Sightseeing.
sometimes Artie needs protection.
I like the idea of us meeting in front of the tower, walking and talking to the meeting with Caleb.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
Quick question before you conversation. Parking garage. There are many of them. But I will ask one question for me mostly. Underground, above ground?
Above ground.
Above ground? Okay, thanks.
I want top floor, because the conversation might meander a little.
Have you heard from Flora yet?
Um, sent her to deal with an issue. I'm pretty certain I'll hear from her before the night is over. Um,
Uh, I thought you'd call in about the, you know, gargoyle?
oh, the flyer. Yeah. No, that is surprisingly on the list of priorities. Surprisingly low.
Oh,
It
okay.
troubles me.
So is this about? Has Val come in to start everything already, or what's this about?
Oh no. Well, I don't know. There's Lori's in a mood. Apparently, somebody of us is trying to participate in human trafficking, and it's involving children, and I need to kill them all. But that's a future me problem. The current me problem is this Camarilla fucker.
I can see that how that could be. How do you know he's coming?
Don't. But everyone seems to be, since I met with a very charming, bizarre Malkavian, I know that's the usual. But
I find them quite pleasant.
depends on the Malk. Some of them are absolutely charming and incredibly, like, just artistically gifted. Don't ever tell this to a rose, but oftentimes Malkavians are far superior. But again, when someone has perception, they have more depth. The roses like to swim at the shallow end of the pool. Anyway. No, met her at a charity engagement. Apparently, Diane wanted me to off this kindred just because apparently being a Zamish means that anything annoying I will immediately and violently squish. But again, that's Diane, who also, when I mentioned Villon, got really, really quiet and really busy. And I wouldn't be surprised if Villon sent overtures to the surviving Camarilla here. I don't know if he's coming personally or if he's setting up a scion of his or what. But Francois Villon has his eyes on Montreal.
Oh, I imagine so do lots of people.
It's one thing for like a petty prince, say like, Tulsa. The Prince of Tulsa is interested in trying to come up here and conquer Montreal. Sure, buddy, you and whatever army. But Villon, he's
from
beloved. Paris.
Okay.
The longest reigning prince of Paris.
I've never been to Europe. So he's gonna move here?
I don't know. Could be a move. It could very well be that he is sending a child of his and setting them up to be Prince of Montreal. I would not put it past him. Also, the fact that the city has fallen and there's possibly a myriad of Sabbat artifacts underneath the city streets and old art and all these things he wants to get his grubby little hands on so he can show them off to all of his friends. Well, I should say rivals. But, I mean, hell, if he's playing the politics game and playing it hard, it could be that I haven't heard through the grapevine yet, but there could be a new Justicar Archon thingy coming up, and he wants to put his chowder or puppet or whatever in a place of power. And so that means his eye is on this city.
Is it just a car, a Sabbat thing, or what is that?
What?
You said a Justicar, an Archon, are those Sabbat things?
No, they're Cammy things.
Okay. So, I mean, if there's some super old, powerful Sabbat under the city, then won't they just take each other out?
No. I put our Montreal buddy on a Ghostbuster scale of 1 to Twinkie at a Milky Way midnight fun size compared to Vion.
Okay. Ghostbusters, is that a Sabbat thing or a Cam thing?
That's a movie thing. We really need to get you a movie night.
Oh. Okay.
The 80s were good for American cinema.
Okay. I guess I was traveling. So what are we doing here?
Meeting with Caleb. Because he is former Cam. He is a survivor. He is Nosferatu. He is well connected. And there are multiple things at play here. One, if he is somehow involved in this, I want to look him in the eye. If he's not involved, we need friends. Because if Vion's showing up, it's not to have just, I'm going to put my name on things and hang back. No, this is a reformation and consolidation sort of problem. And I need to know which of the camis I can trust and which one of them I might have to put my head on a swivel, because I don't necessarily want to hurt anybody here unless I have to.
Well, I know all of you are really invested in your groups, and so if Caleb is Camarilla, wouldn't he just fall in line if this fellow shows up?
Not necessarily. Not every... There's a lot of things that those of us that were connected into this community, or whatever community it may be, do to survive. And I have it on good authority from my elders that Vion is just as bad as they are.
When far off the Caleb's voice from out of nowhere.
I imagine at this point we're like towards his place, right? Because we were walking and talking.
Well, no, we're. I like to think that we're right at the top now of the parking garage, and just from out behind a black Suburban, because there's always one on top of a parking garage, comes Caleb.
Yeah, he's actually visible. That. And
whatever direction the voice is coming from, I step behind Artie on the away from the voice so that they too can talk, right? It's like in the background.
As a cloud parts, it's just a sliver of the moon. So too does Caleb come in, dressed in his trademark leather coat, all in black, for his, alabaster translucent skin, which you can Called the blue vein up. Evening.
Evening.
I did not spy upon your hunt. Could not help but hear.
Yeah. Apparently, our nice Diane and a few others might have connections to Francois Villon, and he may have his eyes set on Montreal.
Are correct. Though he does not seem to hunt it for himself.
Who does he want it for?
Thing kept me busy. Was in fact a message from Prince of Paris himself. It is very rare these days that we receive. That said, he is as interested in you, friends. Kings of old were interested in their colony. Wants tribute, resources, and Villon is not someone you.
Unless he's already on fire.
Prince of Paris will not set foot in the New World, I can guarantee you. He is much old and really could not care less about seeing the place with his eyes. Said he is sending an emissary. And it is a discussion I have. Coterie.
Does human know?
Not yet.
I do not expect for him to be thrilled at this news.
There is one thing that I have picked up in long existence. That there is a way for us to control the blood so that the claws of a gangrel not do jack shit. I will tell Yuma there is a silver lining. He gets to keep the territory.
He gets to keep his territory.
Get to keep yours.
In exchange,
We need to talk.
I'm talking.
Rather hear what you had. Ask me first. Rather be. I would rather love, for a change of subject.
Then,
Nights have been.
yeah, if you got your missive. No, the other question I have is about the business that Flory was hired about. I have certain rules. Even when I was Sabat, me and mine had certain rules. Kids are off the table.
Which I believe is the reason why she was sent to take care of this.
Yeah. But I also know how those things work. You hit a cockroach, there's always more of them. And they flock to cities because that's where the food is.
Circulatory system is a necessary evil to kind, their point. But we, respectable kindred society, not engage in the drinking. Image. And by that I mean actually not.
Yeah, I get that, but I also know that these individuals are doing more than drinking.
I've not been privy to a lot of the details of this operation, save from what you told me.
Yeah. I know Flory well enough. There's a reason that traffickers don't use OIA anymore. They pass through Orlando, they use the business airport. They still haven't gotten the floors cleaned off the one terminal. They were doing more than just feeding. She's in a mood. I'm probably going to have to do a solid for Valois to get him even keel, because she went and saw him in a mood.
Hmm.
But I also know that the quickest way to get that taken care of is once you hit one cockroach, you don't wait for another one to show up. You find them. You find the nests, you crush the eggs, you burn and salt the earth, and you send a message. Not here.
Do you have reason to believe that they've established a cell?
If they're already across the border, assume that every major city has at least somebody on the payroll. Every major airport, every major port has at least some bastard, kind or kindred, that is willing to look the other way for just some cash.
I cannot claim to have eyes all across North America. Have a well-connected network of eyes in each. I could.
I appreciate it.
I would need.
We're talking.
Prestation. Brill.
Yeah, I do.
Hello, Raiders. Hi, Lindy. We were just talking about your character. And things that happened. Back in scene. Caleb begins to pace. And you can see he's thinking, can the both of you give me going to be insight. Let's go with composure and insight.
Actually, may I make an argument for resolve in my case? As I'm not subtle when I read people.
Sure.
It's more of a force of will thing.
What did you want from us? You wanted a
composure, a reflexive composure insight check.
okay.
It is
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 4. Yes, Lucky.
I get a 2 dice penalty on this. Composure inside.
Perhaps can you refresh my memory as to why is your flaw?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay.
actually, I have no dice, so I can't make it.
I'll spend a willpower to re-roll those two.
It would make sense anyway that Lucky can't.
Read
You've
Caleb.
heard of this dance, but you've never seen it.
I don't know what they're talking about. I just have. I was like, I feel like I know what's going on here. I don't know what that's all about, but
They're like
feel I
throwing
see what's going on here.
words. Yeah.
I don't know what those words are. There's some kind of like, I don't know. Is it a Sabbat word? I don't know. It's one of those organizations.
Okay,
Yeah.
hit the DC.
Caleb is pacing, and even though he's trying to hide it, you can see in his minute facial expressions that he's trying to do you a solid. He's trying to, perhaps going through a list of all the favors he could ask, the things he could require of coterie, and trying to find, perhaps as thanks for the job, the work you've done, come to Montreal. Like, to basically be on the losing end of where you're going to monopolize most of its network, this endeavor.
Can I make a wits awareness?
Yes.
I just want to see if there are other people.
Oh,
like,
yes.
I imagine he must just if he's got security somewhere. I just kind of want to see it or know it, of some sort. I imagine that's wits awareness.
I would say because you're doing it consciously and not like, as a reaction. I would say use either wits or resolve.
Okay. Go with wits, because I don't think he's trying to hide that he's, he's security for this meeting. No extra dice. 3.
You are correct. There is security.
Yeah.
It took a while for you to. It took like a certain.
That's
I say
what
a
I've been
while,
doing while
but
I've been
a
talking,
while
you know
because
what I mean?
of the conversation had to keep going.
Yeah.
For you to spot that in the level underneath you, there is a gray car, gray sedan that parked in earlier, and a dark blue van, a Dodge Caravan, came out. Dodge Caravan came back in, the gray sedan came out. Just now, the gray sedan came in, the blue van came out. They're never on your level. You can only see them as they exit parking garage onto the street. You see them because of how the parking garage is arranged. The moment they leave the ramp onto the street, you see them. And you know that from where they are, they probably can't see you directly, but they might have a way for Caleb to signal them something happens. There's definitely, at the very least, one person at all times, one level under.
I'm just gonna note their license plates. Just note it.
It starts with X, which means, if I remember correctly, my license plate here, diplomatic.
Both of them?
Huh?
Both of them?
Yep. Like the
Okay.
type of
I'm not
cars
saying-
that you will not
Yeah.
pull over if they do
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
They can park wherever they like.
Yeah. I don't say anything, right? I'm letting them talk, but I'm just noting, right? Because I have to, in case something happens, I have to be able to be prepared to, take care of my guy.
The fact that you are in Montreal, you are, very close to the United Nations.
Yeah.
It is not rare to see these type of cars drive around. So like
Yeah.
they could easily blend in.
I just note it. You know what I mean? As they are talking about something, I don't know what they're talking about. Some
Right
kind of
now,
politics.
Caleb stopped pacing, scratched his chin, folded his arms. There are a great many things I could ask. Done due time. You and I are cut from cloth, Arthur. Probably so is your didn't it? Ally.
Help.
He's a friend.
No, I'm not. I'm the help, Your Highness. Because that's what this is about, isn't it? That's what this is about? You got the missive, so you're tagged to be the prince?
No,
No, I
Oh,
do not want.
but you're making all the deals.
I made exactly 0. I'm about to make one. I have been forced to accept one that pushed upon.
You're that weak. Interesting. You don't seem to be fighting it pretty hard.
you gotta pick and choose your battles, and Violin has really deep pockets.
I keep forgetting that your friend here is probably more in
Yeah.
line with bulk.
Don't poke that bull.
You think too much on the short term. Lucky.
Good that you think that about me.
There are more than one ways to fight your battle. Wisest course of action. You're
Never care.
muted.
Oh, back.
There is a group of Camarilla kin moving into. They haven't done so. Are allowed. Montreal belongs to. As Camarilla is wont to. They're at their own. Missive I received confirms that they have the backing of the French court to some old bylaws or the new world belongs to the old, regardless if you're living or dead.
If they're using the bylaws for justification, you already did me a solid.
I need you. Favor I need. Whole coterie.
No.
Make it a personal one. Just trust me on this.
I would need it from the three of you. I will
Floor-
tell you why. He raises a hand immediately because he knows he expects Lucky to say something. So he raises a hand immediately and he says, because as far as I am concerned, are the three most capable. I need you not to make let them think have their little play the game till we know what Vion because I rarely open book want some insight mind. I have grown accustomed what we had here. I mean after.
Yeah.
The emissary that Vion is sending does not want to make. He wants to be everyone's friend. Probably throw in lavish Elysium gift handout favor one by one. Milk him for all he has. I do. But if something were to happen, Dion would come down. None of us.
There's one person that does. It's the opportunity she's been waiting for.
Sire.
That emissary is as good as dead.
If she wants him, we
If
haven't
Vion
done.
has to move, if she realizes Vion will move, it's not even about getting at me. That would be a point of pride. And I am an excellent scapegoat.
Well, and I guess it's a good thing that the person is to mete out justice on behalf of happens to know you.
You took that deal.
I was obligated. I was obligated. My hands, more ways than one.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm not going to cause a scene. Far from it. But I cannot protect whoever that is from Val.
That is my fortunate problem. After tonight, things will.
Okay, well,
I do
let's
not
put the
think,
cards on the table.
do not think I will be at liberty to speak with you.
No. So let's get the cards on the table. He's going to try. Whoever it is going to come in here all happy-go-lucky, get beloved, grease the palms, and then there's going to be a scene. And the ivory tower is going to cry out for blood. And it don't matter who is here on the ground. I know what a Justicar can do. I
And-
remember Tampa. No. This is going to get messy.
Then we have to.
Do you know about our frequent flyer?
Is with the.
Of course he is.
Name is Locke.
Does Locke know about Valois, and does Valois know about Locke?
Personally, I do not know. I have yet to speak. So, I do know, however, that he did receive. I doubt that Valois will accept it with enthusiasm.
Oh no, he'll accept it. He's a survivor like us. But I'm also concerned that we're going to have a accident. And I don't know if Locke or Valois will be the one left standing.
So long as the new prince exists long enough for us to figure out what it is that Highness don't want. Me. All that matters. We give Vion what he.
That's not how this tower works. His eye might leave, but his foothold will not. The Ivory Tower has always been a colonizer. Always.
And in that instant, Caleb smiles at you. It looks like a polite smile. Feel the wickedness. He says, the old inhabitants had ways to purge the land. Dion has what he wants. And we declare this place independent. Whatever foothold off. I cannot tell you exactly why. I can tell you that Fion's place.
Mr. Porter,
Yes?
didn't you say that gargoyles were enslaved?
Yeah.
Yes. By a clan that should not have been one to be.
Valois is one of them.
And so this emissary has a slave.
Former. They were eventually released once the tower found out what the Tremere were up to. It was a bad look. And so they embraced the gargoyles. Also because if they turned to the Sabbat, there would be no hope for the tower to survive.
Mr. Porter, if I remember correctly, you said that we don't know for certain if this flyer is enslaved or not.
I'm not 100% sure, but if he's with the emissary, I am fairly certain he's less likely.
You could always ask him.
I'm asking you.
Not yet know enough about this Locke. For the moment, I do know. As a gargoyle. And again, Caleb puts a hand up to be like, reassuring you, gargoyle, the only one. did come here. Premiere. To
I-
appear
When did you get
I-
this missive?
I immediately turn around to
Mhm.
to Lucky. I am turning my back on Caleb in this moment. Have my word. If Locke is bound in any way, you call the favor. I'm willing to go back to the old ways. And I do not mind turning a Tremere into a candle.
How long have you had this missive?
a week and a day. Missive. Ease your mind, Lucky. Not just congratulations. It involved old debts and memories I did not want to.
Nothing you can say can ease my mind, buddy.
I am not.
I know. Friend. What have you been up to the last few weeks?
Why do you?
We're just having friendly chat, right?
Your voice seems to say otherwise. Fine if it can, even though it cannot eat. Last few nights.
No, weeks.
Sorry,
Last
that's
few
Simon.
weeks.
That's Simon.
Yeah.
Post incident. See. I have been at 2 different. Have occupied. Seems one of us is this.
Go on.
Antonio Andrade.
Mhm. Why does that matter to you?
He's a
Is a-
known factor.
Also because Antonio, much like myself, have survived the Sabbat here. If some vindictive fanatic decided to strike at those of us who see as specter instead of survivor, I need. Andrade was not the greatest fighter, but I still doubt that he left without putting up a fight. Part of me believes that he is probably somewhere or near the island. So I have been going through a list of potential other survivors. When Strathcona called the mass night that turned into ashes, some of us knew something. Some of us decided not. For different reasons. All of them in the end stole into why. except some individual should have been. It is completely unlike them to have missed. I am looking in. One you might be familiar with. The name...
Dote it.
The name Damien Black. Damien Buckfield. And you
No.
see, like, he's looking at you. Trying to see. Gonna try to hide in.
I don't play with your people.
Not quite my people.
I don't know. You all look the same to me.
Third or in... Damien Black. Buckfield. One of the two was a surname and the other was the actual. Often seen in the company. Broadly. Thought perhaps.
You thought
And-
what? You thought what?
Perhaps you knew of him. Perhaps you could tell me more.
You make
Perhaps
a
you
lot
have
of
seen him.
assumptions. You make a lot of assumptions.
Ask a question. Not assume you know the man. Are the person connection strongest. I barely interacted with. The Ivory Tower likes to think that the Sabbat is this tightly knit group of incestuous fanatics. But really, they are just as divided as any other organization.
More so.
Often. Extreme ideologies, reality, clashes. Figured perhaps you would have known something about him during travels. Scotia?
Mr. Porter, I imagine you still have conversations with our, what do you called? I don't know what they call you. Justicar Prince, whatever.
He was
Mr.
going to be the
Duval.
sheriff.
Sheriff.
You can call me Mr. Duval. Caleb. Sheriff is a title to be used only the presence of the court.
People are going to call you sheriff. Let's be honest here.
I know.
Once you get that
You're not
title,
representative.
it just gets
Mr. Porter,
yeah, lucky.
I imagine you still have business.
I got two things, but if you need to take off, by all means.
Oh no, I will not leave you alone.
All right, we'll try and make it quick. Caleb, if you're going to be sheriff, we're going to play this your way. If Try and be quiet. Try and protect the duckling as best we can.
You
Few
do not
things
need to protect them. I
like you. That is unfortunate for the both of us. So, if out of nothing else but spite against my sire, I'm going to protect the duckling. But that means two things need to occur so that the duckling is not easy prey. One, Betty is dumb enough to get him killed. We both know that.
like. And you see, like, there's a smirk in his on his face.
They weren't that fucking stupid, were they?
I cannot speak for the prince himself, though I do not know reasons why. The extent of the goodwill of this representative power, but he made Duhamel Harold.
Who is this person?
Betty, come on.
No.
You know, the loud blonde.
Oh, you mean
It was
the
in the
prince.
meeting.
Yes, the prince.
Martin Hilkers.
Well, Mr. Hilkers is going to have a hard time keeping himself not on fire, his head on his shoulders, and his vitae in his body, because Betty is dumb enough that any bootlick that gets close to her is going to get close to him.
I know. Want to know the worst of it?
What?
It should have been Diana.
She wants too much.
Would you rather have?
Neither. Honestly, the best heralds that I have ever heard of. This is going back to Seattle. We're all Malks.
That is why Seattle is utter wasteland.
Well, at least they were polite. Also, they knew when people were lying to them. Betty doesn't know a liar from a full hole in the ground. She just knows pretty words. And if you string together 3 nice sentences about her and maybe compliment her on her hat, you can get an audience with the prince.
Not if I can.
She is going to give you hell and high water every time you do anything to undermine her.
I might have to. Down.
No. We find a way for Betty to take a long walk in the forest. I hear the howls just like you do.
I said, make.
I'm not going to put her in a forest. Don't worry.
So long as it can only be seen as thing she did of her own volition.
Tragic camping accident.
I am a deeply corrupt sheriff.
No. Okay, so that's problem 1. I'm not taking that bullet. Problem 2. There's something downstairs.
He looks to Lucky. That was the other thing I spent most. Porter, I agree, there is something. Some things survived destruction. I have no... I do not have the means yet. Find a way into the wreckage. Ruins.
I suggest you don't.
Rather destroy whatever is underneath us before it gets powerful.
No. Listen. You want to know what Vion wants? It's on the other side of whatever that thing is. Whether it's fine art, artifacts, what have you. What Vion wants is on the other side of whatever that thing is. Let the fucker dig. You make sure that you're not within a 2-block radius when he does.
What do you think it is?
It's one of 4 things. It's really angry and old gangrel. It's a Vode. It's a ghost. Or it's one of me and mine. We better hope it's ghost.
Plan of death has next to no presence. We have a ghost problem, I'm afraid. Who are we going to call?
Oh, I'm certain that that the good prince could put in a phone call to get somebody up here to deal with little ghosty. But if it's a Vode, the kind are gonna die in droves. It's gangrel, it'll only be the kindred, but they'll be sucked dry. If it's one of mine, you'll never get him out. Ever. Because if they've chosen this place to be their home, chosen, and they're talented the way I think they are, you'll never get them out. You'd have to nuke the place first.
I might know of people would not shy at a ghost.
Just make sure, again, 2-block radius, you don't go down there.
Easy enough to know where the temple was.
Yeah, it's the big void.
See it from your club.
Yeah, I can feel it too. I may have not had a Volder in years, decades, but that sort of thing doesn't go away.
I know. And at that, he looks at Moon in the Sky, who is, on it. We'll have to go.
Yeah, no, if he wants to play nice, he keeps his territory. And this prince doesn't want to start having notions, things can be good. But I'm also telling you right now, the city is not ready. No one's got their hands in the right pies. As soon as start people playing too many hands, there's going to be blood in the streets. And the thing is, it's not even going to be me and mine. It's going to be people trying to climb the damn tower.
Let them try.
Caleb.
What?
Just so you know, you're no longer part of this community.
I never was.
So you know. Good. That makes my life a little bit easier.
Try and take care of yourself. I'm going to see to the Little Italy. I'm going to try and keep my eyes there. If the prince wants to have a big, well, I'm not going to go to any big shindig. My tongue cannot stand Betty's sense. If he's looking for a private one-on-one, I'll meet him.
It would be courtesy for someone of Rotary.
At the big shindig? No, that's a bad idea. You've met us!
Yes. See what I can do. Either that.
I take no boons from you. And I don't kneel to any master.
How are you still... As in, alive?
It's a good question, isn't it? I suppose you'll just have to wonder.
May not like each other, but you're both survivors. And hopefully, after this is all done, we can all still say the same.
I hope not.
I'm
Mr.
gonna go
Porter.
home. Yeah. Take care.
Good evening.
Caleb, leave me alone.
Out of game. Did you cut off your camera or did you disconnect?
Oh, I'm here. That was a thing. Sorry.
Okay. Good.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Just
Dramatic
sorry.
emphasis.
I liked it. I liked it. And he, just like when he appeared, disappears, fades out in the background. And Lucky, you would notice maybe like 4 seconds after both the caravan, and the race sedan leave the area. I think...
I text Flory.
Yeah, let's just... Well, Flory, do you want us to do that now? Or what we talk about during break? Or do we leave it for, like, early next week?
No, we can do it. We can do like because what we're gonna do is let's have it
Montage
happen
it
like
for
this.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's have it like this. So Lucky texts Flory, and then so that we get the camera shot pan through the text to the phone as Flory opens it up, and it's her phone because she's checking and she's just licking her lips as she slams the car lid on Vargas with a stake through his heart, and the unconscious form of Hugo in Vargas's car. And she goes, like, what do you send to her? Because my response is going to depend on what you send.
It says, deals are being made. It won't be good for either one of us.
Thanks for the heads up. And then she scrolls through her phone, hits send, calls Artie.
Yep.
Hey, Rajul. I found our Vargas problem.
You gotta be joking.
Oh, fuck no. He's not
Say
be a problem.
Fucker. You're getting a bonus.
He claims he had powerful friends.
Oh yeah, no, there's gonna be a Camarillo Prince and Coterie showing up here.
You should ask Yuma about the job I did for him. Ask him for details.
You take care, dispose of the trash. I've got a lot of bad news. I'm gonna break out the good lacrima if you want to swing by my place.
And she like cracks her neck and looks at the sky and determines the timing. It's like, yeah, I'll spend the night. I would drive in the morning. Or the next night.
See you later.
Understand. And then she's gonna pull out her other burner phone, the direct line, and text Zalmati. I guess Montreal.
Okay. Yeah, I know who Zalmati is.
Yeah. I guess Montreal is turning up blue blood anyways. But I'm sending you another present. And then she's gonna what we see is that she gets behind the wheel of the car and she adjusts things. She's gonna send a text message to Folly saying, done and taken care of. And she's gonna send a modified, like filtered the hell out of shot of the guy with the stake through his heart in the back, in the trunk of the car. So it looks like if anyone actually opened the picture, it would look like a really well done, like Instagram. Arty kind of Instagram shot that somebody was very obviously staging kind of thing. And then she's also going to send a text message. She'll also send a text message to Yuma.
What is it?
She
And what
sends
is
the
the
exact.
message?
She sends the exact. Sorry, I was.
Okay.
She sends the exact same text message she sent to Zalmati. I guess Montreal is turning up blue blood anyways.
There is a reply, and we'll leave on that reply. And it's just a jumble of letters. And you think half of them he's pissed? And half
the other
of them is because he's too old to text on a cell phone.
I mean, it's not like she hasn't had this problem with him before when he's texted.
Like,
you know?
It starts with capital W, H, but then the rest is just like someone slamming their hands on a key. And then it's
the go have a drink. Your nails are getting too long if you can't read your text messages.
It's a feeling he probably clawed through his phone at that point.
Probably.
Just like and we're gonna end on that tonight. Because as always, we run over. But it was great. A lot of stuff. I liked it. There was a lot of combat. There was a lot of talking. There was a lot of tension wherever we were. So let's do outros. But before we get into outros, Cooper, did you want to tell everyone about what you posted in chat earlier about what Lucky? Think about Lucky. Or do you want to keep that for like some other time? Let me just.
Oh,
Lucky's got a project. What's Lucky's project? We want to know.
he has to change the project now.
Oh, okay.
He had a different project, which is like super mellow, right? But he's gonna have to change the project now.
Oops. Well then, while we have you here, Troop.
A little bit less mellow now, but it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I had a feeling. Would you mind telling us who you are, where we can find you, and what was your favorite moment of tonight? Floor is yours.
Oh my gosh. I'm Trooper SJP, and I played Lucky, also known as Happy Go Lucky, who's pretty chill. However, just got permission for some stuff, which is pretty great, because one of our Chronicle tenets is to respect the community that is here, but Caleb has removed himself from the community, so it's pretty cool. Nice. So anyway, no longer needing to respect him. I am just overjoyed. Let me see. I want to give love to the discussion of the black leather outfits that the bad guys were wearing in Ben-Hur, because somebody knows what was what about that film. That person was not Charlton Heston, who did not get a lot of what was going on in that film until later, if ever. And so I want to give some love to Prax for those references. I want to give love to my wheeler and dealer. All of the love. I just watched those two things happening in character and was like, oh, wow. So that one right there, my wheeler and dealer, love it. And that moment when you were like, I will just go and do you a boon to kill this, to kill people if this Gargo's enslaved, and that being perhaps not the best. You can find me. Did it? Am I here?
I hit the yes. Thank you, 12-sided guy. I hit the button. I hit my key. See that weird little A that I don't use on my keyboard?
Yes.
That's my emergency mute button.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sorry, Trooper. You're gonna have to start all over.
Wow. I can't believe you just muted me. Wow. I was just audience, did you hear the love that I gave? I hope you did. Well, you can find me on Wednesday for Cyberpunk Red over at High Shelf Collective at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Friday on my channel, Trooper SJP, at 7 p.m. Eastern for The Gamblers, Traveler Pirates of Drynix campaign. Boop, 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 boop. Sunday will be the next RPG I'll be in, and that will be over at Prax's channel, where we will be doing The Witcher Roads Home, and we're in a siege, and my understanding is that when there's a siege, you have good baking and no trouble. That is me, and all the love to my cast and crew for the amazing one-liners, and there's some very intensity going on, and I loved it. I was here for it.
Well, thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Next, murderer extraordinaire and stabber of brains.
Look, if you're going to leave your brain exposed, just A, don't. That's a bad idea. And B, it's not the Ravnos' fault if they take advantage of the fact that your brain is just hanging out outside your body and you poke it. Like, that's just calling for somebody to poke it with a stick. I'm a thing. Hey everyone, I'm at Deirdre Donlan on Twitter, or Praxagorth as Meophori is me around here on Twitch, your friendly neighborhood Prax. I love every minute of this. I love every Monday night where we get to have all of this fun and see all of these moments of these characters. And as Pope keeps saying, like, they are quintessentially their clans, but at the same time not a stereotype of their clans in the best way. I loved every minute of watching that negotiation between Caleb and Artie and Lucky, and just being like, I feel kind of bad for Artie, but at the same time, it would have been 10 times worse if you had both the Ravnos and the Bruja in that moment. Look, Flory will totally go to the Elysium.
That's what Lucky was thinking. Was like, yeah, let Flory go.
No.
Yeah,
Please, no.
Yeah, absolutely.
Please no.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have rules to make behind the scenes.
I can't wait to see what the effects of those are. But I also loved the fact that Vargas, it's like, oh, you're Vargas. Well, I was going to kill you for free anyways, but now I'm just going to get a bonus out of this deal. Fine. And you're trying to negotiate with me over the fact that I was legitimately paid for to murder you? I have standards, my personage. And you're just offering a single boon? What do you think you cost to get murdered? Yeah. Not that. So that was a lot of fun. I also really, truly enjoyed watching Lucky's attempts to interact with a newly a soon to be official sheriff, and the like, oh, this is going to be a thing. And I will give you an example of backstage chat that I sent to Trooper, and this is a thing. And I just want it noted that Betty can't be Herald if she's not there to be Herald when the prince shows up officially. I'm just saying.
Y'all have the biggest grudge against.
Lucky doesn't. Lucky has never had a grudge against. She's like, this is a lot of like weird politics that are not any of my business.
It was not about politics. Flory's is not about politics. It's entirely personal. She was rude, and she insulted Flory.
Well, one, I cannot stand a withered rose. That you shouldn't. And two, I am absolutely 10,000% correct that if the prince dies and Betty is alive, it is Betty's fault.
Also entirely fair and valid. I would also like to point out all of that is true.
I mean, it's the best fall person.
Look, do you want her? We'll make the determination later. That's fine. It'll be fine. But as for me, hey y'all, you can find me over on my channel probably sometime this week, probably Thursday or Friday. I might do some streaming. I haven't been doing any video games. I'm enjoying it. I'm getting into chatting and wanting to talk to people. But I will definitely be back on Saturday for more A Song of Agapio's Fortune, where things have gotten very interesting. Choices were made, actions were taken, and we have a Harvey as a friend. You need to experience Harvey. I'm just going to give you a basic description, and then you need to experience him, because he's a one-eyed, two-horned, flying purple imp creature, being, thing.
Nice.
Harvey's an experience. It's fine. And then that's 8 p.m. Eastern over on Saturdays, and then 8 p.m. Eastern over on my channel on Sunday for more of the final season of Witcher Roads Home. We did not play last night because your wonderful GM was feeling under the weather, but we'll be back next week. Siege, sepsis.
Find another word with slave revolt.
You're gonna try to have one. but it'd be hard. And anyways, that will be a thing. But other than that, you can check my Twitter because I post where I'm going to be and the wonderful, fabulous folks I get to hang out with, like these fine people. And sometimes I post other places too, if you can find it.
Coming Flurry. Arthur.
Hey everybody, Pope here, Pope World Bill on Twitter, Pope World Bill on Twitch. I'm lurking all your streams. It's been an absolute delight here playing Arthur Porter with these wonderful folks. First business, then pleasure. If you want to see more of this silly face, you get a number of opportunities throughout the week. Coming up next is this Saturday. For more of that Song of Agape's Fortune of World Practical Orthodox before you. And if you want to do me a personal solid, go over onto the Twitter, look up Trig or Treat, and compliment them on their beautiful rendition of our favorite grumpy wizard as a hamster. Because that was a possibility.
I will drop the link in chat right now.
That was a possibility of what could have happened last
That crit was real important.
Yes. Otherwise, our favorite pointy hat, where would have appeared as that cute little thing. It would probably have been an improvement, but I'm glad it didn't happen. And then be back here on Monday for more Montreal by Night. As I'm sad to say that the start of season 1 was at the top of the roller coaster, and it's all downhill, folks. We haven't hit the first loop. We're still in free fall, as this is just. I thought about Valve's machinations, and then this hits the fan, and it's so much worse than I imagined. Hats off to you, Simon. Like, literally, this is so much worse than I ever imagined. Because you're getting Vion involved. And it's not just that it hurts me. It's that it also makes her look better. And it hurts the Camarilla. This is just like...
You haven't seen everything yet.
Everything's coming up Val, and she hasn't even made an appearance yet. I am horrified, mortified, terrified, stupefied at what's happening.
Wait until... I was going to say Basmati. Wait until...
Zalmati.
Greg gets here.
I'm just going to note...
I'm afraid.
Lucky got a whole lot of information during that conversation.
Yes.
All of it was very, very interesting.
That was a goal. That was on purpose.
Listen, you don't like them.
Some of that information was about Arthur. But anyway, there was
No, again. Arthur thinks he's clever. He's not.
I don't think that's true.
No. He is still the seat by his pants bag robber he's always been.
Mm-hmm.
That's never changed.
Mm.
And we know one rule about bank robbers.
Yeah,
when things go... Huh? No. He's too old. He's too old for Tommy guns.
Yeah.
That if they can't ride out into the sun, if they can't ride out into the sunset, they ride out into the spray of bullets.
Yeah.
Witch and Sundance taught us that one.
Yeah.
Also, Bonnie and Clyde. There's a lot of Hail of Bullets.
Yeah,
there's only two ways. There's three ways this ends, and none of them are good. So definitely stay tuned for that. I am absolutely delighted with the interactions between Vargas and Flory. That one, the stare down, the interactions with Hugo. Vargas, I'm sorry. If you're going to ghoul someone, you have to train them. It's just like taking care of a puppy. You got to crate them. You got to to walk them proper, leash train them. Like, dude, what are you doing here?
Vargas is the used scar salesman of vampire.
Not even. I know used car salesmen. They're more clever.
No, that's true. He's not. No, he's not. No, he is the.
He's the junk dealer of vampires.
He is the store manager. No, let me rephrase that.
Assistant
He's
store
the
manager
assistant
of Best
store
Buy.
manager of Best Buy who thinks he's the store manager. Yes, I was gonna say Blockbuster, but yeah. You get exactly
This is Best Buy quality. And yeah, no, Vargas was an absolute treat. Flory getting to do what Flory does, amazing. And then I do not know what Lucky is going to do. I just know two things. One, Arthur is in danger. Two, yeah, the not the city has problems. The Camarilla's got problems. And it has a very lucky shape to it.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I am no, because all it takes is one messy crit. We both know that. All it takes is one.
I'm a Bruja. You don't even need a messy crit.
And that's why you have to tune in next week, folks. Thank you all so much for being here. Where live, VOD, YouTube, stories, nothing without its audience here. Much part of this as we are. Definitely hit up the comment section if you're over on YouTube. Go ahead and give us your conspiracy theories as to what's going to happen next. Chew the tinfoil with us.
I would love to know what y'all think is happening.
Yeah, so please, especially with this episode, as soon as it goes live on YouTube, I would love to chat with all of you in the comments section and share with you some conspiratorial theories as to what in the hell is going on. And until next time, take care of yourselves and one another. Love you all. See you soon.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, players, for taking time off of your Monday nights to be here and with me and play some vampires. Thank you, chat. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the raids. Thank you for just being there and interacting, asking questions, shooting the shit with us, and passing the popcorn. And since I have the Legend Keeper just yet, here is Mr. Vargas. This is the official artwork of Mr. Vargas, the Anarch Nosferatu. And you get to see him in Vampire the Masquerade chapters.
Oh.
Which
Yeah.
is very, 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 very. I am not allowed to say exactly when, but soon. There was a soon after. He's in there, and you can do just like Flory, and murder him.
I encourage murdering Vargas at all possibilities.
Looks like a Deep One hybrid. Yeah, he's disgusting. But thank you everyone for being here. As Trooper said, on Wednesday I'll be over on High Shelf Collective for their Cyberpunk anthology, GMing Cyberpunk Red title pending. As we'll probably learn the title this week, we'll see. But right now the gang has decided to go into bad level. 4 levels of the arcology, and they're looking for answers. Otherwise, on Sunday, you can find me over on Praxagorathus Symphoria at 8 p.m., like Deirdre said, for Sepsis and Siege, a brand new role-playing game by Artal Sorting Games, where I play Kadarn, mage extraordinaire, and said person with sepsis. So, thank you so much for coming, everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye.